So the problem, especially with men, is that they feel they are very tough. They are not vulnerable.
I'm not saying that go sit under a banyan tree and start meditating, but having a shutdown process is super important.
There is absolutely nothing wrong that if you're saying somebody, see, this is what I'm facing with. I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling frustrated.
Working out for sales folks is absolutely imperative.
If you do get burnt out, how do you get out of that? Are there any other good prevention techniques that you can share, especially targeted towards sales?
I think for sales folks, and especially if you're continuing to be in it for decades, you need to have a life outside of work. There is no way in hell that you will come back on Monday to your forecast call and be okay with it week after week until and unless you have something outside of work. And that has to be a healthy diet of a different bunch of things, right? Working out for sales folks is absolutely imperative. You cannot survive without workout, at least in the long term, is what I feel. Because yes, it's healthy, etc., but you need those endorphins to keep yourself going, right? So have that regime, and this is the biggest gift that you can give yourself. Especially Shahjad graduated in 2019, so he's still young blood. But for a lot of us who are in in the tail end of our 30s or in our 40s, there's no way in hell that we can survive. We have to think of it like a long-term game, right? And workout is super important. I'm not saying that go sit under a banyan tree and start meditating, but having shutdown process is super important, especially for folks like us who do sales in India. We need to understand that it's not just about the forecast calls on a Monday or Tuesday if you work with the US folks. It's also your customers who don't stop reaching out to you, probably even on WhatsApp at ungodly hours, right? You need that mental, shutdown. This is a personal advice that I would like to give to people, and I think that works really well for me. I don't know, Arjun, if this is the right forum to talk about it, but especially sales folks, we spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. We see posts where, people apparently start their day at 3 a.m. And by the time they hit the bed, they have already changed the world, right? And they are reading a bunch of books as well. My point is, have non-work related hobbies. You need to have fun in life. Watch movies and watch movies seriously. If you used to do theater as a kid, figure out a way to at least play with the community in the past.
How do you, apart from dealing it yourself, right, dealing with burnout yourself, do you share it with others? Do you find a way to actually be vulnerable and say that, I am going through a tough time, I need help?
The problem, especially with men, is that they feel they are very tough. They are not vulnerable, and that's what causing a lot of this frustration, suicide cases, and depressions in our society right now. What's wrong? My team knows what are my weaknesses. My team knows what I'm bad at. My mom knows how did my day went. So as Oindrilla was saying, everybody have to live through that at 20s to 30s, 30s to 40s, 40s to 50s. So you will have to plan what do you want to do in those decades of each steps. And there is absolutely nothing wrong that if you're saying somebody, see, this is what I'm facing with. I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling frustrated. The more you will share, I feel it reduces, and it's very much okay to be vulnerable. If you say that I'm not vulnerable at all, then I think something is definitely wrong, and you should talk to a lot more of people.